Yeah, I got one. What you got, bro? I just want Malachi 2 and 10, bro. Cause Jake worried about that. This fucking terror shit. Yeah. Jake. Oh shit gonna be so high. Shit, I can't afford to eat, but that's part of it though. All right. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction." Come and tell you, the Lord telling our people, rise up. All right, get out of this place. Not leave this place, but mentally leave this place. Cause if people don't see this fucking economy going down, this place crashing, something really wrong with Jake, man. Like, I watched the brother video out there in South Carolina, the L out there. This nigga had a hat on saying he a Judite. Talking about he loved America. That's type of people right there. That's type of people the Logan was short. Mm-hmm. Cause he love America, man. People gotta get out of their head like America the best thing in the world, man. There are a lot of people feel like it's the best thing in the world. America, they feel like America done, which is true. America done, the whole world done. Because of the dollar. The whole system. Because that dollar so strong, so soon that shit crash, everything gonna crash. So I don't give a fuck. If you skip your black ass run over there, guess what? You gonna be in the same boat. Mm-hmm. But you gotta get out of here. Melody, man, out this place, bro. Okay.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, a great millstone and rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful leg, pushing it through doctrine. Caught the four winds of earth and all truth and necessary. I'm Lamar Ariyah from the Mississippi Camp. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. And this is just a quick lesson through the Spirit, just doing a response to the brothers' video that they did last night to sit down. And that was the elder brother, Itazawan, down here in the Mississippi Camp. And he was just, made a point about how when the American dollar collapsed, it's pretty much going to collapse, the world, if you will, when it comes to the currency, because the American dollar is the world currency. All right. And with these tariffs, causing more of a strain on the people, higher inflation, the bubble is continually growing. But that bubble is going to only have so much stretch, before it bursts. And that ripple effect is going to impact the whole earth. Okay. When it comes to the world currency, which is the American dollar, the fiat or the Federal Reserve note. And it's all being done tactical, strategically. Okay. And these tariffs is a big part of the one of the major tools going to be used to, help collapse the economy and as well as the dollar. So in the lesson they went into was going into news and prophecy, the controlled demolition. So I want to get a couple of definitions regarding what controlled demolition is and the purpose of it. Okay. Short definition from Google. It says controlled demolition strategically dismantles buildings and structures, often using specialized techniques and equipment. All right. So this strategic demolition of America as well as the world has been in the process for some time now. And they have been doing calculated moves to dumb down the people, to blind the people, to take people's minds off of what's actually going on so they can execute their, when I say they, I'm talking about the wicked elites those who are ruling at this time in this kingdom, the Amalekites, the Edomites, okay, they have been strategically and gradually working themselves up to this point because we know they want to bring forth their NWO as well as the implementation of the MOTB, okay, the mark of the beast, the charagma. And they have been using all fashions of techniques and equipments when it comes to the music, the food, the television, the movies, the schools, the prisons, the list goes on and on. But the brother had made a point about how our people, had need to free themselves mentally or spiritually from Babylon, because we are here to serve out our captivity. Like the brother brought out, this is not our rest. But when you think about Jake glorifies and accept prison as like it's a badge of honor, or it's a position of high esteem. When Jake go to prison a very large amount, they get out of prison as if they have done something big, and then surely they go right back. So it's not a shock how our people, wants to see America, this prison, this plantation, this oppressive, kingdom flourish and continue, because they have this Stockholm syndrome, shackles around their brains now versus their arms and their wrists, and they locked in, and they want to see this place continue. They want to get better, not understanding, realizing that it's not going to be. Scripture goes into if she would have healed, but there's no balm for her. Basically, roughly paraphrased. Matter of fact, let me get that. Let me get that. Salaki. Okay, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51. We'll start at verse 7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand. And Babylon, okay, is America, okay, which also known as the harlot, spiritually Sodom and Egypt, okay, the great whore, the daughter of Babylon, okay, that's America, all right, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad, because of these other nations, have always been in cahoots with these Amalekites, even from the time of the transatlantic slave trade. But even in America, they have benefited, by licking the wounds, as it goes into the parable of the rich man Lazarus. They have benefited off of the trotting down and oppressive state of the nation of Israel. But see, these Amalekites have been bamboozling the other nations, man. Even though they was able to prosper, they was not in the whole scheme of things when it comes to that complete power, over America. And they're suffering from everything that's going to hit this place, from the tariffs to the judgments, everything. And they're going to be pissed off about it. That's why a lot of them are going to flee back to their own countries. Okay. Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. Okay? Because America is going to go down, man. And we're seeing the dismantling. And we'll get back to that with this controlled demolition. But ultimately, it's going to be destroyed by way of those thermonuclear missiles, man. Okay? It's going to be destroyed by those thermonuclear missiles. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches upon unto heaven and is lifted up even to the sky. So every country, these other heathens over here, they're gonna start fleeing back to their own countries, man, because they see the judgment that's approaching Babylon. Okay, and a lot of them gonna flee out before those missiles hit, man. But they're not gonna truly and fully escape judgment. Okay, so that's the point I want to get to. That this place can't be healed, man. This place can't be healed. It's through. It's too far gone. And this devil is not stopping with his techniques and his tactics and strategic demolition, you know, of this society, man. Cause see, America was just a hub, if you will. It's like a temporary office building where you have particular things that's implemented. You getting particular strategies together. It's your home office for the most part. But they have done all they can pretty much do with America. So now it's time to move. So the demolition has begun. It has been begun. But now they're about to push the button where it's gonna completely dismantle this place. Okay? And when you go down to this other small definition, it says basically referring to the purpose of a controlled demolition. It said deliberate implosion resulting in intentional collapse or obsolete and no longer needed building and structures. And like I say, America's like a particular home office building that these elites have been using or utilizing to push out their draconian laws, which are steady coming. Their wickedness, their deceitful, what's the word I'm looking for? Their deceitful decrees, the legislature, all these things, man. They have been using uh, America as their home base to push out wickedness. And now they're deliberately setting up, especially with the tariffs, to completely dismantle this place. Because everything could constantly get higher and higher. And like I say, that bubble eventually is going to bust, man. People are losing their jobs. People are losing their homes. They're being stripped of their 401k. They're being stripped of their pensions. This devil is really bringing the squeeze onto people, man, on society. And if you're not making any money, okay, how are you going to eat? How are you going to pay your bills? What are the results of not having money? Famine, okay, because you're not going to be able to eat. Evictions, because you're not going to pay your bills. Lights cut off, etc. Because people going to have a few dollars here and there, but if money is constantly going out and not coming in, and necessities are getting higher and higher and higher, what are you going to do? Eventually, you're going to run out of money. You're going to run out of funds, meaning any necessity, things that you need are not going to be accessible. And when people start losing everything, people start to lose it. Okay, they can't keep it together. They panic. They go into frenzies. They go into desperate mode. Desperation takes over. And that's why you're going to start seeing a lot of bodies in the street, man. A lot of bodies in the street, man. A lot of crazy shit going to be happening, man. Jacob's trouble is on the horizon, man. The pot is boiling and it's about to boil over. And all these things that are going on, because you're seeing the love of many waxing cold. You see all these earthquakes, tornadoes, floodings, fires. People are losing in every aspect. Okay, people are losing in every aspect. And inflation, tariffs, all these things are only adding fuel to the fire, man. And this is that strategic demolition, okay? These are the techniques and equipments this devil is using, man. Whether his weather modification and controlling the heart. They might take my video down for that, but this is not this video is fair use, man. It's not trying to be on no medical information or none of that. Okay, just reporting. But nevertheless, man, this devil has been strategically calculating the dismantling of America, man. Okay, because he has a bigger agenda, and what he wants to do is get people in such a bad case that they willing to bow the knee to take the charagma. Because again, back to what the brother said, the elder Tazawam, when the American dollar collapsed, that's the world currency, and the rest of the world is gonna feel the ripple effect, and they're gonna start collapsing. And then what's gonna be the way out? What is gonna be that life raft for that help? It's gonna be Revelation 13, man. He's gonna call all, both small, great, rich, and poor, to receive that mark. Okay. Okay, this is just a little write-up from Eric Colony. He said the term controlled demolition is often used in reference to deliberate imposition resulting in international collapse of obsolete or no longer needed building and structure. Pretty much the same thing I read over here. And it goes to the implosion. And the implosion goes into how it's done from the inside. So this is an internal plan to destroy and dismantle the structure of America, as well as the Federal Reserve note, to collapse this economy, collapse the dollar, before they can bring forth their NWO. Okay? All right, let me get another scripture. And I'm going to close it out. That was closing. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4. I'm just going to get to the pretty much to the point. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, starting verse 16. For they sleep not except they have done mischief. Right? Because these devils, all they got on their mind is evil, man. Evil, and how to deploy their evil amongst on the world to bring forth whatever agenda they have in mind. And we know what that agenda is as of today. And their sleep is taken away unless they have caused some to fall. You still got wars going on. You still got Ukraine and Russia. Okay, you still got the tension between Hamas, Israel, the Gaza Strip. You just got all things going on, man, that this devil has orchestrated and caused to be in effect currently right now as we speak. Okay, the tariffs, that wasn't something just happened. Trump in there, boasting up, and he's doing his job. Bringing tariffs on all these different countries, and they're retaliating with the same thing. Me personally, I'm surprised Canada hadn't hit the switch, man. We ain't had no blackout, really, man. A full blackout in America, But this is what the devil does, man. He can't get no sleep, He can't rest unless he causes mischief, evil, and just cancerous behavior that spreads throughout the earth. For they eat the bread of wickedness, they drink the wine of violence. And he's a violent man, He's a very, very violent man. This devil, the Edomites, man, are some savages, man. They killing men, women, children, airstrikes, poison food, water, killing leaders to set up their own puppet leaders to, help them further their agenda. I mean, this man's a savage, man. Scripture says that he keep it not at home. He goes around spreading his democracy, making other countries follow his lead, his rule, okay, his laws, and everything he spread is wickedness, man. That's why this man has to be destroyed, and he will be. But prophecy must be fulfilled. Verse 18, the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not what they stumble. Right. So, this devil, man, he's a liar. He's the father of it. There's no truth in him. And when you're a liar and there's no truth in you, you're a dark person, man. You're a dark person with no light because you always have something up your sleeve that is not righteous but wicked. And that's the devil, man. His intentions, man. Scripture go into it, he do it good if not of his own. This man doesn't do nothing good. Okay? And he do it not of his own. Like the internet was a good thing. But the Lord put the spirit on him to do that. Because this devil knew that the internet was going to be an exposure avenue of him, to be exposing him for his wickedness, to bring out the truth of all the lies he put out regarding things that have went on throughout the earth, to expose him for being a liar and the father of it. He never would have brought the internet to the forefront, which was a good thing, but it wasn't of his home. It was the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that made him do that. Okay? So, that's pretty much the point, man. Like the brothers say, this is not our rest, man. And our people are mentally shackled and seek, as the scriptures say, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, who trust in chariots, man. They trust in this society. They trust in this devil. They trust and believe in America, man. But America is showing and proving that they don't give a fuck about the people of this country, man. And it doesn't matter if you're an Israelite, a Moabite, even these Edomites, these lower level Edomites, man. This devil, though lower level Edomites are nothing but casualties, gonna be casualties of war, man. This devil is seeking to fulfill their agenda for the 1%ers, these elites, man. The rest of the world, they seek to enslave the whole earth, man, the inhabitants of the earth. That's why the Israelites started with the Lord's elect, operators with those men. Like the brothers say, we separate, man. We the Lord have freed us from this society. Okay, we use the word not as abuse it, but we're not engulfed and mentally shackled to the society. We have separated ourselves from the world. Okay, just like Yahweh Shai said, He is not of the world, and we're not of the world, and He is not of the world. No, roughly paraphrase. So we just move accordingly, man. And we're just waiting on Yahweh Shai to return. When it comes to these tariffs and all this other bullshit, we don't worry about it, man, because the Lord said His men shall eat, drink, and be merry. Okay? And the Lord's names are a strong tower, and the righteous run to it, and it's safe. So we have a power to call upon. Okay? And we have faith to believe that the Lord's words are faithful and true. So we know when shit hit the fan, when the economy collapsed, when there's no food, no water, we're going to be pilgrims on the earth. We know the Lord is going to provide for us, as He said. And as it's shown and proven when you go in the scriptures, man, I think it's 1 Kings, when Elijah was in the brooks, he told Elijah to go to the brooks to drink, and he would have meat brought to him by the by the particular birds, And then he sent him to the widow lady where she baked cakes for him, as he did the miracle of through the spirit and power of Yahweh Al Shai of bringing her son back, from the dead, basically, man. And see, the Lord is going to do these things for his men. He's going to lift that standard. All right. But we don't depend and lean upon this society, this devil for anything, man. We believe and keep our faith in Yahweh Shemi Al Shai, knowing that the Lord will deliver, man. We just have to be faithful, be diligent. And the scriptures say, lean not to our own understanding, but trust in the Lord with all our heart. Okay. So, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. I know I was all over the place, but Lord willing, the edification was there. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Shalom.